Hi, it's Mike Gorska with ProAct. We're up here in Idaho for another edition of the Source Live. I'm here with Brad Watson from the J.C. Watson Company. Hey Brad, why don't you tell us a little bit where we're at right now?
Well, we're in one of our last onion fields to get ready to harvest, and this is kind of the first step in the overall harvest process that we're going to do here. We're in the middle of undercutting the roots here and getting these onions ready to field cure for storage. So in about 2 weeks we can come in and pick them up and start filling storages.
Hey Brad, what makes this part of Idaho a good growing region for onions?
Well, we've got a lot of factors that really make onions well suited for here. One is we've got ample irrigation water. We have low humidity throughout our growing season, and then low humidity during our storage and harvest season, which we can see right now. So we harvest onions in the fall here. We typically start our early varieties mid-August, and we start our main season varieties, mid-September when we start filling storages. And this weather that we have here today is just ideal for onion storage. In the fall, our temperatures are cooling, but not too cold, not a lot of precipitation, a nice breeze like we have today. Really helps put the onions to bed for the storage season. This area of Idaho only gets about 12 inches of precipitation, and most of that comes in the winter months. So throughout our growing season, very predictable weather in terms of precipitation. We don't have a lot of rain events that can cause disease or keep us out of the field unexpectedly. And all of our irrigation water is channeled through reservoirs and canals to allow us to have water on demand and ample supply of it.
And this is all drip irrigation?
Yeah, that's correct. So we've taken the drip irrigation out right before we do this undercutting process, but that drip irrigation is in between the rows of onions and allows us to meter water out and fertility.
Gotcha. And the spacing of onions, maybe you can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, these large onions that we're trying to grow here in this field, we space them about 4 1/4 inches down the row and about 4 inches from rows. We grow our onions on a 40-inch bed with 4 lines, so we've basically got 4 1/4 down and 4 inches over to the next row of onions.
Great. So what's next for a field like this?
Well, we're going to let these stay out here and dry for a couple weeks, and that'll let this nice wind and weather that we have here dehydrate these tops, because we need to get them crispy dry to go through our harvester. But right now, let's go to another field where we're actually doing harvest.
Great.
These onions were undercut about 2 weeks ago and been curing out in the field, dehydrating the tops. So we're going to pick them up out of the field here. We'll take them to one of our 32 storage facilities. We'll fill our wooden bins, put them into storage, put them on air, condition that air to dry them, and then we'll take them to our packing facilities where we'll grade them and size them. We typically make 2 to 3 grades and about 5 to 6 different sizes of onions, and then put those in our different packages, as customers need them throughout the storage season.
Excellent. So Brad, we were over at your packing shed again earlier, and I saw a little bit of your robots, the automation that you're doing. What distinguishes yourself from the others, your competitors?
Well, we've been a pretty early adopter of technology, both in the packing facility as well as out on the farm. We were one of the first in the U.S. to do a color cup sizer and grading. We did that about 19 years ago. Adapted that technology from the apple industry. We were very early adopters of drip irrigation in the field, which allowed us to meter out nutrition very prescriptively to the crop, cut our water usage and cut our fertility usage, and very early adopters of automated harvesting techniques like the 4-bed loader that you see behind us.
So Brad, what do you see in the near future for us in the onion industry?
Well, we've had really good harvest conditions right now, so that's going really smooth. Like I said earlier, quality looks really good this year. If these conditions hold, we're going to have a really good Northwest crop coming in. Market is holding pretty good right now, so I think we'll have good supplies on all sizes and grades of onions going into the storage, and things look dramatically different than they did a year ago.
Brad, I want to thank you and the J.C. Watson Company being for a great partner of ours, and if you guys have any questions about what we just talked about, please reach out to ProAct.